Yeah, Smart War Games here. Welcome back. Just a new update was released for Modern Naval Warfare while we were here playing. Already fixing some of those issues, including that 80 mice X-ray mono camera. Unfortunately, is gone now, and some other stuff. I think even a new mission was added. But we are now tasked with tracking and classifying new Russian submarine. But first prepare the boat. We still need to get our orders. I think we're in contact with the submarine we are looking for. Or one of them. But there's something else, yeah, there's a civilian, exactly. Let the crew declutter it first. Check is there anything else? No, submarine, some loud civilian. And probably Akula or Yasen type. Yeah, 124, flanked by 2 frequencies. Oh, is everything over cluttered by the civilian? Stick to the strong ones. 74, yeah. And salt free, whatever. Ah, it's getting better. Ah, cool. CR1 is I guess I'm tired. Yeah, exactly. Just received the update, yeah. Exit. Who the heck is switching my... The out crew, what? It's new. But whatever. I lost it. Okay. Interesting. Some operators have 2 contacts on a towed array at 80. It might be our 2 subs. Six, yeah. That triple formation. Then that triple. And the 370. So 350, okay. Could be clutter. Yeah, okay, there is, I mean, usually those frequencies also emit some. That is Jasna, check now for the. Yeah, the difference is extremely minor. I think I see more clutter around here. Also, das ist ja cooler. Oder Jasen. And that frequency, yeah. This time it's very similar to that exercise. This time I say it's a cooler, and now it's a Jasen. That would be, yeah. Okay. So what was that here? CR6. Oh, ton of stuff here. CR6, 70, yeah, exactly, 79. 79. But it was a sub, or what? Check the frequencies. Yeah, LAB. Let's see to investigate that guy. We definitely have subs at 75, some of them. 1 or 2. Yeah, CR6 investigate. Everything else, there's a IES signal around CR2. Did we save that signal? Then we can tell what it is immediately. Of course not. Auto crew should at least save the name or whatever they're transmitting there. Good, go 2/3. What's the current distance? Show me the TMA for Sierra 1. Yeah, solid. Well, assuming for speed 10 knots, makes sense. Good, then 2/3. Do we have CZs? Pretty sure. Yeah. Deep is it? Very deep. That's why perhaps picking her up. Oh no, wait, this was it. 18, 16, could be, but don't pick up at all. CZ spending back, yeah, typically 30 miles. CR6 might be picked up. Oh, CR6. How far is CR6 away? Assumed. 25 miles, that could be. And that matches with that last known position. Somewhat. So that might be the Akula. Yeah, I still need to read the mission briefing exactly. Now we finally have time. Got a situation. I want us. Meanwhile, since 2022 and the failed intervention in Ukraine. The Russian armed forces, particularly their naval assets, have not been very present in the Pacific Ocean. Recently, however, the Russian Navy started to send units at sea. New Bordet class submarine. What? There's no Bordet in the game. Is there? Escort by an unknown submarine, possibly Akula 3. Okay, Bordet. It's none in the reference, but perhaps that is okay. We are to track and identify both submarines. Do not get counter-detected. Russians may use this as propaganda. Failed it. Jail is still ongoing. Okay. What? That is not a civilian, that is a sub. Oh man, this auto crew is super chaotic. So what's up? Possibly Akula. Yeah, I mean it's the same contact, right? 79. What? Did I get the ambiguity contact? Okay, that's interesting. Let me check that on the... Set for contact. 20. $125 CI8. Yeah, okay. PCR 5 or what? So a stabilizer towed array. I think we are watching here the ambiguity contact or what? What's the screen here? There's a 5 million contacts. Come on, the problem is that they always separate the towed array. Yeah? I mean, I could manually do it, but give me that again. That's probably our sub, yeah. There's ambiguity contact. Yeah. 140. Ah, they removed it. Somebody removed it. The sonar operator. Oh shit. Yeah, it's gone. Okay. It was a bit confusing, but somebody picked up the ambiguity contact. I think here that is the true submarine. That is a mirror. Now wait, here it is. 124. It's basically right on course. Okay. Not sure about that. Yeah. I think the sound was stuck or something. There is a civilian there, but it's okay. There is a civilian there in our at our course that is Sierra 5. But no, I don't think there is a submarine. Sierra 6 exactly. Yeah, let's check that guy more out. I mean, Sierra 5 has confirmed Akula or Yasin. Not Sierra 5 here, what is it? Yeah, Sierra 1, yeah. To Sierra 1 belongs... Now to keep them separated. There's one contact. I mean, could fix that with a manual tracker, So usually, because of the small bearing difference, the autocrew always separates them, which doesn't make sense really. We could merge those contacts, I don't know. Well, we could try it out, yeah. Perhaps it's not working. It would be CR1, CR3, right? I doubt it will work out. Not yet. Not like in Dangerous Waters. CR1, CR3, merge. Both disappear. Ah, yeah, exactly. Master 1. Okay. But it doesn't show up like this here, right? Exactly. Ah, yeah. CR1 Master. Okay, that is cool. That is cool. At least that helps to keep up a track. And that is new, I think. Okay, it's CR1 Master 1, CR3 Master. That is good. I like that. Okay, that is okay. Good. Let's sort that civilian out. CR2 is linked to, I guess, CR4, CR2, right? CR2. Oh, now the screen gets even more cluttered. CR2, CR4 here. Yeah. And quickly link them together. Let's try the system out. Probably, as how I know the military is probably how they do it in reality. Nothing gets deleted. And I can, yeah. Hey, now Master 2. The screen is decluttering. Very good. Is it? I think so. Good. That is Master 2 exactly. Then we have Sierra 5. I guess Sierra 7, Sierra 5, and Sierra 9. Yasin Akula. I doubt. Listen to Sierra 9. Or drop that track. Is it? No, it's still present, okay. Yeah, that is what is it? That is here around Master 2. Can I even lock on it? Delete. Good, better. What do we have as here? Exactly, that here, CR7, what is CR7? Don't have ears again. Okay. That, are we still in contact with that? There was one of the civilians. Yeah, but CR7, yeah. Not really important. It's this guy here. Bearing 4. Ah, here, okay. See it, but the tracker is not really linking on it. It's here, okay. Yeah, good. Merge CR7 with CR10. But that is civilians, I don't care for them. Okay, Master 1 is important, CR6. We'll see. And Master 1 is basically confirmed. Yeah, there's an Aquila 3. We're intercepting it, but I think there's an escort submarine. We need to find the other one. But in contrast to that others, Aquila, I don't see that 160, 170 on the third part, but I think I see it here, right? On this spectrogram. Yeah, I say it's Aquila. Yeah. No, it's a Yasen. Yeah, but see something there. But if you want to see something, you see something. Very difficult to tell them both apart. Ah, yeah, now I see it, yeah. Eyeball. Update is night and day for me, a real pleasure. What exactly is such a big change for you? We lost CR6. Probably was a CZ contact. CR8, SIF. Yeah, what was it? I think 2 kilohertz, yeah. Or perhaps even lower. Sure, 1000 kilohertz is enough. 1 kilohertz is enough. Here, currently I'm running at 500. It's too low. Yeah, 1000. Depends if up to 2000 is safe, but then you might miss some details, depending on how much screen space you have. You can put it on a separate screen, and can't do that. I can't do that on a stream, otherwise people will not see what I'm doing there. Good, then get rid of those And keep track of that Russian sub. That's our primary target. Lost contact to most of the civilians below the layer. And we're intercepting Master 1. She's here in the... First let's hit her position and we will see if we can find anything else. Oh, I also don't want to get too close. Master 2, what was it again? That was a Sif, yeah. But it compares pretty good. It's exactly his plan. Oh, that's quite different. No, that's the Master 1. That looks quite different. Is that old? Oh, that's different. Nah, that was the old, yeah, it was still in the memory. Not picking up any frequencies of it. Yeah, exactly, because... yeah. No, it looks exactly like on the... Good, okay, yeah, that is... Let's check it out. There's something smaller. Yeah, let's focus on the strong frequencies. Okay, give me that. Especially for civilians, that is helpful. Start out with the lowest. I'll give more input. Okay, hold. Shit. Take whatever we have. Six. $650. What? Who turned my TV screen off? Handy size full carrier. Yeah, could be. Handy size bull carrier, Hakodai. I think that guy is always somewhat Mr. Oshira, yeah. But he's blasting more, yeah. Ah, could be. Here's my screen. Not here anymore. Ah, yeah. Back. Back in town. That's input. She's blasting up to... Oh, blasting everything. Do we have her on a LAB? That might be easier. As a civilian. Just don't lose master one. Things are fading a bit. Okay, that looks cleaner. $650, but we also have others. Yeah, but okay, she's blasting I think everything here up. 1,000. There was something I remember to separate those two. 600. And she's not that blasting. She has frequencies up to 700. Quite clean. 620, 640, 600, whatever you want. Very prominent. Yeah, that would be this group here. 420, 440. Five. Whatever. Let's focus on Master 1. Anything new? Okay, that was quite a... up to 1022. It's really untypical. Something like the Hako die. Yeah, she brings it. I mean, that burst up to 1080. But I did it's not, I don't know, I think it's screwed here. see what's going on here with CR5. He's so loud, but on a toad almost not visible. Yeah, he's close to us, but still, if he's so blasting. Oh my ears. Yeah, it's likely on ship. Now we're doing 2/3. Yeah, she's just blasting, ja. Das ist ja natürlich so. Ja. Check the recognition menu, yeah, if there's any guys blast like that. And she also had, that thing had also lower frequencies, at least on that tour. There's several contacts that blast those higher frequencies. copious amounts of. Snorkel out those lower frequencies. Look at that. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's check that out. Snorkel them out. 540. That's on frequencies. We're running 2/3. And we, okay. If you complete amplify the heck out of it, you will hear yourself. It's now right in front of us. She's thinning out, saying goodbye. Yeah, Ishi, Barbie, Dolphix. No, this is one of those dudes. Dolphix. No. Odd one, there's a new one. Master 2. Dolph. Ishi. Let's see what we have else there to offer. No. 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 Another Dolphix. Yeah, but not this one. 38 Echo. Not the X-ray. No. No. Kurashima, I don't think so. No. 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 Not that Dolphix. No. Not that Ishibaba. No. Yeah, those. No. Yeah, that guy looks good. 38 Echo Dolphix. 40 hertz. Yeah. 30, 40. Yeah, could be 2. Triple, yeah. Around 80. Yeah. That's one group is missing. But that's perhaps my settings here. I don't want to modify them now. The frequencies are present. What is that here? 200. Nice. I'm not set up for such frequencies, but I might well do it in game. So it's set up for submarine hunting. Yeah, that here. That is our own frequency. That thing here is picking up nothing or what? Okay, the LAB. Is this a toad? Toad is not even seeing it. Maybe that guy is right inside us. So yeah, then should still pick up the frequencies. Yeah, look at that. That's definitely not all my frequencies. That is the ambiguity from us. Is that guy now right in front of me or what? Probably. He's not changing. Is he riding right into my direction or what? Okay, that could be us. Yeah, I must have wondered, but I'm now interested here in Sierra 5, what that guy is. But it is one of those we have in mind. They have rather strange profile. That is also what you can read in the logogram, if you have a lot of those blue lines, but not those red lines. Yeah, good. Is the WAA on him? Ah yeah, let's check the WAA out. Ramp it up. Nothing. Yeah, that is probably bollocks. It is our own submarine. Interesting that, I mean, if you listen into it, yeah, okay. Still, just picking it up. Yeah, but too flattered. As tool doesn't have everything. Nah. Yeah, yes, an 80 group, okay. Yeah, no, 40 here, yeah, could be. Bit stronger at 87. Yeah, that could be here. That guy is a bit stronger. Around 80, bit lower than 80. Yeah. And rather strong one, 250. Nah, that is probably not our guy. What's the other one? Exactly, I'm looking at somebody that has a 250. Anti-class. No, not bad. Frequency at... but I don't think so. 120, 250. Wait until we get him on the towed array. Sooner or later we will get him on the towed array, but interesting. Let's focus here on our Russian friend. Yeah, we need to watch out. Could be that we are already quite close, right? Okay, I'm lagging. This is assumed speed. 10 knots. Yeah, it's 10 knots. Yeah, good, but no, this absolutely makes sense. Yeah, that is 12 miles of too far away. Speeding up to standard 20,000, then 2/3. The better interception course we are not getting. And too close running standard is also not good. Non-standard. Anything new? Was there anything in the history? No. Nothing. Just this one submarine. The other submarine is above the layer. Might be worth to investigate. Slow down to 2/3. Bring it up 50, 40. Get a towed array out of the layer. She must be escorting something. Or she's being escorted by something, but there's nothing out there. There's one submarine is above the layer, one submarine is below. Check that out. Meanwhile, hit the cabin. Good. Ah ja, okay. Wow! Okay. Good. Master one disappeared. Dead, Akula or Yasen is below the layer. Okay, good. Write it down. Below layer. What is that here? Blasting. I think CR12, I've heard this once, is Donkey Kong throwing barrels inside a boat. It sounds like some cartoon. Submarine. Hold. Ja, das ist Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong Sis. Some coconut. Coconut is better. Here's some coconuts in the background. Submarine. Ah, that's our submarine. Ah, there's a submarine there. Is it our submarine? It's Master 1 probably. Ah, there's this guy. No, this, I don't think there's a submarine. Okay, what was that here? Master 1 is also going now in that direction. It's I think mixed up now, we need to wait. That dude is loaded with coconuts. They're all flying around there. I've never heard this. God, I don't know why I find it so funny. So it's really like a massive coconuts flying around. In the background you hear this machinery noise. In the end it turns out that it's a new Russian the new Russian sub. After action report, you failed. You failed to identify the new Russian sub. It was the coconut sub. Look, listen to that. Listen for is Jansu? I don't think so. It could be a random hit. We need to check our own narrow band. But it's interesting that some stuff is more visible in the in-game. At least I have the feeling for right now. Especially when you checked out that one civilian is blasting, that's really getting nothing on the narrow bands. While on the other, I mean, you get some information which gave us. I think it is indeed one of those ones. Good, wait, that was a coconut. What is the next? I don't want to stay here too long on the surface. Shallow. .165. Yeah, that was this guy, right? Yeah, passive. Are we sure? Yeah, but investigate it again in a narrow band. Good CR-17. Stuff. We'll investigate that contact first. CR7. No, that here, CR15. Here. Yeah, CR13 is currently not good. There's everything mixed up there. It's everything mixed up there now. Then continue with CR16. CR17, that is one contact here. Ah, Jimmy. Yeah. Oh, I need those lower frequencies. And remove the gain a bit. Give me the lowers. Okay, so it's the highest one. That is probably 494. Yeah, this tool, it can help. Yeah. Yasen. Okay. But didn't really sound like a submarine. And that is blasting too much. Who knows? Do you pick up those 500 or what it is? Something at 560. 560. Yeah, but what is it? Another one. What does I have? Ah, okay, she's pushing it. Yeah, okay. I have something at 500, yeah. Okay, let's first check the lower ones. There's a ton of transmissions here. 50. 100. 100 should be prominent. 140. Yeah, it's a slow one, but mixing here ups now. Show me the Yasen. Busy. But in high speed she... Low speed. Oh, I know, it's narrow, but it's getting blasted with everything. Then rather listen. Is this a civilian or something? So loud. Yeah, there's definitely not a submarine. I mean, it looks, sure you can pick out, but there's all frequencies around here. So I think I'm getting blasted here. No, there's a 165, that is a civilian dude, and we already figured that out. Sure, there could be, I mean, if you use one beam, but... no. Coconut. That's this guy, yeah. Whatever, those civilians, come on. Focus now on the job. Good, those separated. Show me that on the screen. It said could be the submarine. I need to listen to that, but there was a submarine somewhere. Not sure if that was Master 1. Master 1 is... Where did you remove the is it not here on that screen or what? They removed the designations. Yeah, but Master 1 is our cooler. Why they did that. Those descriptions got deleted. There, here's the present. Whatever. Check that out. Oh. 130. So that guy read it. Well, the guys are on 130. 30 is Master 1. That doesn't make sense. So was here. Is that guy 130 what? Ah, no, okay. I'm missing. Guy's 130. CR6 is gone. CR6 was... So 45. 45, nothing there. What? Is there someone else on 45? No. CR6. It's so loud here. Investigate. I'm not sure if there's a Sith. You go here, electrical engine there. Exactly, investigate. Good that I wrote that down. What is it? There's many contacts. CR6. CR15. Boah, get everything rid. Remove everything that is... Yeah, but if I remove now Master 1... It's... Good, CR15. Could be a sub. This is our guy we're looking for, yeah. That looks like a sub. Ja, wer ist aber der? Wer ist aber der hier? 50. We had a... Nah, 50, there was no civilian there. Just here 6, yeah, which I'm not sure what it is. And it's closer position. It's too cluttered. Okay, prime frequency is... We're on a total array. Yeah, it's a submarine. That's really nice. It's not so long. You can hear you can hear the engine in the background. That is some combustion engine. I don't think this yeah, safe. Yeah, there's an electrical engine or whatever. It sounds like combustion. CR5 will now blast here, I think. Okay, but we are behind our Russian sub friend. Where's the second sub? If we check the CR6, that is long gone, but yeah, of course. I want to get close to that submarine. If there's, because I wrote there's an escorting submarine, so should be close to each other somewhat. That is here below the layer. That guy is removed quite a bit. Great. Step ups. There's no way that he moved that fast. Yeah. Yeah. That's... that was my own submarine, okay. Whatever that is, okay, oh, yeah, still a target. Solving that is a second submarine, but that, yeah, okay, that makes sense, because the other submarine then... What I heard here was my own submarine. That is the guy that is transitioning from here to here while we spent time over the layer. If we activate the history, it might be easier to see, yeah, I see that. That was Master 1. We went to the surface. Here. Look for whatever around while he is here. So he's going to 210, which is good, yeah, we are basically trailing him. That is our Russian friend here, yeah. What I picked up here was perhaps also him, but everything got mixed together here, but probably also our own submarine. So they spend most time on the towed array. If you're that close to your course, yeah, you hear yourself, of course. So, listening into the direction of your own submarine. Which is not a bad idea, you can do that, yeah, but you'll hear those typical electrical noises. Ah, there's our friend here. Did I pick it up on Master 1 again? No, of course not. They then delete those contacts, yeah, it's clutter. Good, better. Okay, it's also gone. There is an electrical action. This time I say Akula. Despite weight. Array probably inside the layer. It's a running force. The difference here is in this area. Now is head standard. So the pin have to be here. That makes sense. Wait. Exactly, it passes. As we are now behind them and they're now 210. Slow down a boat, you know. Let's get the master contact. Yeah. Chase him down. Which is not that bad. I mean, that's exactly the position where I wanted to be. That's not shown here. That's typical with those master contacts. You don't keep a track of them. And so not adding the new contact. Is there something wrong with mastering contacts? CR18, CR19 is now our master one. But even that seems to be correct. Oh no! Yeah, could be that. What is it after you play? How long did we play now? That doesn't look good. Did the time stop? Yeah, no. Time didn't stop. Let's go on, it was a total array. Yeah, we don't know how close we are. I will not fire here nor anything. Ah, let me guess it cut. 2/3. Oh, fuck. Give me the fat line. That was random. Yeah, but it's too fast, I know. There's a random chance that the fin line will get cut at 2/3. Because the turn was too aggressive. It's cool. We need to work with the zoners. Good, 210. You're behind the Russian sub. When she is classified, I don't see her second step. Nah, you kidding me? So, submarine is set. Flat line. Third. There's a civilian here. What's this guy here? CR5. Master 1 is now here. Yeah, that screen is frozen now. Autocruise doing nothing anymore. Was he doing something? 340. Yeah, okay. The only thing that is wondering me is why that thing is transmitting so strong below the layer, while everything else is not transmitting below. We are submarine, the electrical noise were coming from our own engine. Yeah, that's our own frequencies, right? That 540 picking that up from. And that other thing is a civilian. There's no sub here. Sub is currently here. Russian friend. That already. So. Wait, we're on real time. It's okay. It's not better. Man, the fat line is really fat. Holy believe it is. So what is it now? Sierra 20 whatever, yeah. That's the one. Delete that. Oh, that looks way better. Weiß Masse. The signal seems to be getting stronger. We are behind him. Yeah, bearing rate is basically 0. Just need to watch out that we don't collide with him. Hello, TMA. Guten Morgen. That happened already to me when it's always when I use master contacts. It's more the auto cruise freeze. The designate the sonar operators seem to work, but the TMA stops working. firing those. Right in front of us. It looks like. So we must be right behind them. Yep. Let's change. What? 3, 4, 1. Is that new? 3, 4, 1. It's not this here. Ah, there's a mirror. Okay, 7, 3, 4, 1. Yeah, yeah. So. Slow down, I mean, one of those civilians. Master 1 is now here. We are submarine coming in from behind. I think this girl is screwed. All frequencies slow down to 200. Oh, okay. What is it? Something. What? Submarine? think a submarine farted. Okay. Man, that was loud. Dovalish! Can you please push button? Hey, I'm new on the sub, bro. Yeah, Dovalish. Look, please press that button. This one. No, not that is flank speed. Quickly disable. What was that here? Okay, it might be our second sub. Yeah. Again. It could be that there was something stuck in. Something farted here. It sounded like a sub. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Slow down. It's incoming. I think it's coming from behind. They possibly have us on the zoners. Hey, that Akula is so strange. What? Come with it. Didn't you say she's supposed in front of us? Yeah. Okay. The frequency is so strange. Who is that? Привет. What is going on? It's 20 subs spawned or what? That is our guy. That is Mirror, and what is that here? Yeah. It was here, 26. Yeah, civilian, okay. But that is not a civilian. Sounds like a Submarine 100%. I don't think there's a sub. There's some civilian that was trapped in some sound channel. For a moment in that fat line it sounded like a sub, but I don't think so. It's so ultra loud suddenly. Because everybody appeared, I don't know, we hit something, suddenly every civilian popped through the layer. I doubt that it was a submarine. Submarine is here. 3, 4, 5, that might be one of those civilians here. Yeah, whatever. I think they hit a CZ, probably, yeah. I mean, that is here old. I think they are probably right by now, they're 30, 40 miles out and they hit a convergence zone. That's why they popped up like crazy, yeah. They hit one of those CZ sound channels. And suddenly blasted. It's as if here. So we're here somewhere and then. That is the civilians. Some even louder than the Chinese. Some Russians coming in flank speed from behind. Nah, unfortunately not. Interesting. On a fat line, everything sounds so compressed. I was thinking it might be an electrical engine, but no. The hose, it should be sound so much. It's crazy how on a fat line everything is mixing together. Look at those transient, those it's massive. And here our own submarine up to here. Even here. Ah, here it stops again. While doing 1/3. Yeah, I don't lose that other sub. Give me a history. Last estimate was that she's doing 10 knots, so we will do 10 knots. It's a safe speed. Who's adding those? That it's also his masters. Something is if you master stuff, then everything breaks. There's always bringing those dead contacts back. Good, there was a mission added. I mean, yeah, okay, Akula, Yasen, but I don't know where the second step is. She's supposed to escort, or she is supposed to be escorted. It's definitely not in the vicinity and might need to reload the game. I want to check out, I think they added a new scenario with that update. Good, but... Okay, Akula or Yasen? Let's do a last check. Yasen... What I came up with... Yeah, exactly, I wanted to say this time Akula and now it's a Yasen. Yeah, now it's out the total array. But from all information we had, I say Akula. So it was really similar to that other Akula we tracked. And there's only this one frequency that shows a very slight discrepancy between those two. Akula free. What is it? Plus, alright, go to comstaff first, you can send a message or receive something. Further orders. Oh, so Tote Hose. Yeah. How they say in Russia. The Russians say uses this failed intervention. Yeah. Deviated, send a report, okay. Do we perhaps need to classify a red sub or something? Or whatever. Maybe another at war, huh? Yeah, exactly. What was that one guy? I also want to know. No, it was a Yasen. Okay. Last time I said it's a Yasen. No, it's a Yakula. This time it's a Yakula. No, it's a Yasen. Yeah, but okay, that was our primary target then, the new submarine. What happened to the escort? She got stuck or what? Let's see, no. Or did we miss the Yasen, mate? Did I track? I'm here. Nah, I tracked the Yasen. Yeah. And he said Hakodai. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Hakodai. I had one Hakodai in mind. Yeah, but there was this other loud guy. Where was he? Wow, there. Oh, there's two Hakodais. Okay. Ah, here, Dolphix. Yeah, that guy, Dolphix. Yeah, 81X. Ah, damn it! I had something with Echo. It was a Dolphix. Whatever Echo I had in mind. Exactly, but I had the Dolphix. Was it this one? No. No, Dolphix. 38 Echo. But very extreme mistake, it was a 81X. Should be massive fail. Report for reassignment. What is it? Dolphix 81X 47X. So not Dolphix Lundgren 81X. Here. Ah, okay. Yeah, but I was remember I was thinking about that one. I was thinking she will have stronger frequency around 200. Yeah, but the Akula. Yeah, exactly. Wait, I had that. Ah, look at that. I missed the Yasen. No, so I had the Akula and the Akula was correctly classified, but the Yasen was in front of the Akula. Ah, okay. I remember I heard something there. Okay, the Yasen must be quite lots quieter. Way more quieter than the... I was intercepting the Akula 3, so that was a correct designation, but in front of her there was a Yasen, yeah? Yeah, I remember in the beginning of the moments there was something where I was thinking I heard a submarine, but sometimes a couple of milliseconds or seconds of sound gets stuck in the limbos or what, and then no matter what you play, you hear something, and you might think, okay, you need to pick up here right at the beginning, otherwise you might never ever pick up here again. Strange 180. I heard nothing. Heard nothing from the Yasen. And here. Yeah, it could be that CR2, yeah, I mean, those civilians are placed in a very... that handy-sized Hakodai was transmitting somewhat on a towed array, looking like the ambiguity contact. Then you have this guy here, which would be also perfect, yeah. Maybe running like that. Yeah, of course they place it like that. And so you might miss that guy. Because there was one contact where I was really a bit wondering, where I heard a submarine inside basically another track, and I think it was the autocrew also designated 2 of 3. But yeah, the environment here is also super cluttery. So everything here on the total array will create ambiguity contacts. And that here looks the same angle almost. But yeah, we never put her on the table. It's not the autocrew. A cooler 3 is pretty good, yeah. And then here I went to the surface, was a bit busy. I think here somewhere the autocrew also stopped when I did the masters, right? Probably. There's a problem that the autocrew then stops working, but you might rely on the data. Here it stopped working. That's where I realized that, yeah, exactly. It was here somewhere. It's always happening when you combine contacts. Currently, I will not do that. I don't know what is going on there. Some bug going on if you create masters, which are not visible here for some reason. If you merge contacts, the autocrew goes out of the window. I don't know. I had that 2 or 3 times. Especially the TMA guy stopped doing anything then. You can create a ton of... Sure, you can do it yourself and everything, but I mean... not here the nanny for everything. Yeah, and then we were basically exactly behind him. But behind the escort, not behind the Yasen. The Yasen is now gone, and now even hard to pick up because probably we picked it up at some point, but I think it's that stuff, yeah. From that angle. So let me see, perhaps I want to restart and see if you can hear her right at the beginning. Well, it could be that the scenario is randomized. The scenario is certainly randomized. Or we played scenarios where complete different things spawned. Okay, works. Let's see. Here at the beginning. Oh no. So Yasa is way quieter than the cooler. I'd like to have a comparison. Yeah, okay, I guess there's a cooler. Right, is that a cooler guy? Yeah. Probably is a I know what is going on. The cooler is below the layer. The yas are not right. I remember exactly when I came up to capture broadcast, something was there that irritated me. I mean, if she was above the layer, yeah, sure. But I mean, what? You then need to pick her up when you try to that radio message. Some civilians starting engines, I guess. Ah, there's a towed array being pulled up. Yeah, there's some surface contact. But not steam, no. Good, let's see. Yeah, listen, let's see if I can hear some electrical. The coconut engine. The coconut is that secret Yasen. Even inclusive the 27. I wonder if is she below or above? Cola has disappeared. She is below. Look at the history. Yeah, that guy is definitely below the layer. Yeah, this I mean. Yeah, but it could be that. It's weird. But there's something inside here. And 45 makes sense. Oh wait, 45. Yeah, 145. She could be 145. But the Akula is 90. Somewhere in Submarine, yeah. Sounds very similar. Okay, go below the layer again. You lost her now. It could be that the total array was pulled up. It was definitely a submarine, and it could be that it was a Yasen inside that She's probably not at 45, she's at close to 135, which is... If the mission editors put it, of course, like that, yeah, then you really need to listen closely. The autocrew is signed here, but it is probably Toad and... yeah. But it's good that the autocrew can't figure that out. Otherwise it wouldn't be fun. Yeah, but it is our first submarine. She's up below the layer. Yeah, you're right. Sensitivity. Pick up the... Good, okay. Yeah, I think I already see two things in there. Good, show me that. No, not... yeah. This also... working. Yeah, could be that guy's drowning out and nothing appearing. Need to run it, yeah. Okay. Okay, there's a new one. This guy with his engine is drowning out the heck out of those. And let me guess, the Yasen is exactly on the ambiguity side. Yeah, boy. And that's a 125. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to see it, you can stare, but so. The frequency gets cut off. Here now you see those frequencies that get eaten. But there's also frequencies that are indeed coming also from the civilian. That's, I think the acoustics gave it away at the beginning. Right now I can't pick the submarine name. But it's now. There's a pin on that. Here the 130. Yeah. If you know what you're looking for. Right to the beginning and above this, above the layer. But I'm not even sure. The broadband is even a better. If you look at that here, I mean all contacts have, but here this, especially if you, I guess that is the lesson. You compare those with, they all have something like that. Like if you want to see it, you see it everywhere. But I mean, at some time they need to separate, or did they really put? I need. I mean, if you maneuver, which we already did. They can't predict that. So a hardcore maneuver could be. So if they both are together, they will not separate, but if they're both basically placed in the ambiguity, they should separate then, of course. But that is, I don't know, then they would have really to predict that or we by accident entered course 90 and masked the track. It could make sense that would be here. Yeah. Let's see. quickly. I will check the after action report in a moment. Taking our ENs until the total rate comes around. Let me check the 3D vision. What is that? Is that guy above the layer, right? So. Is that a Yasin? What is she doing, man? Yeah, that looks like a Yasin. Ah, that's not Aquila. That is Aquila. Look at that sexy tube. The Aquila is below the layer, right? Yeah. What is the Yasin doing? Okay. So that's why I can't hear her. She's pulling off some stealth maneuver. I mean, that is this bug what the player submarines also face if they don't blow open the valves, right? She's stuck on the surface. But seems like that is quite efficient because I couldn't pick her up. No. 20 nuts. Start. But perhaps because of her odd. It's like I don't think that is intended. That looks like bugged. Because you can't hear her. Because the game is considering that her screw is not in the water, or I don't know. Wait, but let's find out. I mean, in the beginning could be that she was not in that condition. That's why I heard her wrecked at the start. Ah yeah. So nothing separated here. Yeah, then there's some masking. Ah, no, that is my total array. Okay, whatever. So where was she now? 45. What's on the other side? Between 180, 160, something like that. Was she there? That's where I for a moment heard a submarine. Yeah. That is my... yeah, okay. And if you do 90... they place those submarines... wait, at the beginning... the total race here, yeah. They probably place them exactly that submarine will get hidden in that bulk carrier, that deltas. Now 90. It's a possibility, but normally cooler free, no problem. Perhaps because she is so close to the surface. But yeah, it seems like there's something wrong with her. I doubt that it is intended that she is in that condition. Okay, what I want to check out, what is here? Nimitz doesn't have any any profile, but I want to see if how she looks in that frequency analyzer. And then we might check out that new mission, the Sanctions. That is... yeah, I think that's a new mission. 7720... I changed the dates to 2028 now. Let's see. Oh. 2028, yeah. China versus US. It's... yeah, they changed something also as an active intercept. Stale is not transmitting anymore. This before that the alert was stuck. I know it's like an active intercept, yeah. They ping and then they don't ping anymore, yeah. Okay, basically. Yeah, activate out. Wait, did they got new... all not carrying the same or... was only outcross now? Also, it was already that before that. Yeah, exactly, that's the carrier. It's the other... yeah. And in the narrow band she is... okay, so out of this. Okay, that is new. She's blasting the entire area here. The high frequency is gone. Also, let's wait for the depth to stabilize. Yes, our frequency rate. Slow. Ah, now it's correct. Okay, I changed that. I guess I patched it. What's the second frequency? Can barely see. That would be 240. Yeah, but 120 is definitely. Yeah, it seems like that big frequency is gone. Interesting. Yeah, she's blasting that area. But here, yeah, 125 or 115. And that is, yeah, to have 240 you can also see. Or 250 and 125. No, the carrier is now. So it happened with the patch. Hertz. That could be our own. Those two frequencies, I think they see even more there. They're rather close together. And the entire area gets blasted. I think that was it's probably overlapped. What's the other one? Submarine on it. Yeah, that is a Shang. Like, Shang is around here somewhere. Shang everywhere. Yeah, no, that is a Shang. The destroyer just passed the Shang, I guess. Yeah. 750, two frequencies around 500, two frequencies around 250. And yeah, if you remember that mission, it was reported as some Shang cruising around. Yeah, we will see nothing now because they finally patched that. Ah, did they? So I misread. Can now even see further. So they still see further than the thermals, yeah. Ja gut, okay, und das kann ich... It's pretty patched. Yeah, I guess it was reduced. Not really. So it looks like X-ray. So here, CR5 is a warship. Yeah. Okay, just want to check out. That is Berg. You can see that. CR5. See it. No, oh, that is it. Good, okay. I might check back if there's indeed a new mission. I might play it. Yeah, most of the time.